Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video, and today we are going to be talking all about Solved Skincare. Solved Skincare is a brand that I have been using for the past couple of months. Here and there, or I guess I kind of incorporated one product at a time into my routine. I started with the coconut water cleansing foam, used the coconut oil cleansing pads, and then I think I finished off with the toner. But these are three products from Solve Skincare. It's a K-beauty brand that's focused on natural skincare, meaning they don't use artificial fragrance or essential oils, no dyes or colorants, paraben-free, sulfate-free, silicone-free, no animal products, no alcohol used in their formulations as well, mineral oils, all of that's removed from these. And the formulas themselves are actually very simple and focused on the featured ingredient or kind of active ingredients in each formulation. So I've talked a little bit about Solve Skincare here and there in previous videos. I've done an unready and ready video, I think, where I featured one or two of the products. When I did a photo shoot for these products, I went on a hike and took you all on the hike with me. But this is the first time that I've had them all here together, and I just wanted to touch on each of them, what I liked about them, some of the key ingredients, and just kind of give you an overall review. So let's go in order of how I would use them and start with the coconut oil cleansing pads. So I received all of this stuff, or I purchased all of this from Soko Glam, but my first introduction to Solve Skincare was with this deluxe sample size of the coconut oil cleansing pads. This came like a gift with purchase, and I decided to crack it open and get started. There was only 20 pads in here, and when I do a review, I like to usually have a product in my routine for a month if I can. So I went ahead and just bought the full size of them as well, used that up, and then did like another 10 or so days with this one. So you can see I still have a few in there, quite a few. And so the full size comes in 40 pads, and these are cotton cleansing pads. You can see that here. It's got an embossed texture to it. And so you just slip your fingers in the pad, give it a nice swipe across the face, and then it just leaves behind a coconut oil based kind of cleansing oil, and then you can emulsify that. It emulsifies and turns milky white just like any other cleansing oil would. And this features, I believe, is it 75%? It's a fairly high percentage of coconut oil, and really the only other ingredients are your preservative and the emulsifying ingredient. So 3 ingredients in this product, which is really, really surprising considering how well it emulsifies and breaks down. You'd think that would take a lot of different chemicals and different emulsifiers to make that happen, but it just rinses so cleanly and nicely without using all of that extra stuff. It's not a miles long ingredients list. And I love the scent of this product. That coconut oil really comes through, and it just smells like toasted coconut, which is awesome. And the pads themselves, because they have that embossed texture, they pull up a lot of surface impurities. If you're a makeup wearer, that'll help to pull up that makeup. A lot of dirt and debris, excess sunscreen, it all really comes off well with the cleansing pad and almost gives you a mild physical exfoliation. So a little bit of a buffing effect, but it's very, very gentle. So I love these for people with sensitive skin, those that are trying to find cleansing oil or products in general that are free from synthetic fragrance, essential oils, all of those things that a lot of people are looking to steer away from these days. You pretty much have a great package here. My only knock to this product is that I wish that you had the option to get it in maybe a balm or an oil without the cotton pad, because those are all one-time use, and over time that leads to a lot of excess waste that you might not otherwise have if you were just pumping cleansing oil into your hand or scooping out some cleansing balm. So even though you get that physical exfoliation, there's some benefit to the cotton pad. I'd like the option to maybe only use it with the cotton pad a couple times a week, and the rest of the week I'm just using the balm form of it or an oil form to avoid using a cotton pad. But other than that, I'd say I'm most happy with this product out of all three, even though I'm happy with all of it. I'm most happy with these because of that format, that simplistic ingredients list and formulation with still an excellent result. My skin always feels completely clean, but not stripped. No excess residue or waxiness. It rinses so nicely. It smells incredible. And like I said, with this particular format, you get some physical exfoliation. So those with oily skin, texture issues, people that do have a lot of excess sebum and oil or wear quite a bit of makeup and need something a bit extra, this should help to kind of get all of that off the face rather quickly. So very happy with these. Love, love, love them. So I'll most likely be coming back to this. I have some cleansing balms and cleansing oils that I'm using right now that or that I've used since reviewing this initially, and one that I just started a couple days ago, that I'm very excited to continue using, and I think I'm going to be happy with them. But as it stands, I love this. This is kind of at the top of my favorites for 2020 so far. So, all right, moving on to the cleansing water. I don't have any more of it left. I used it all up, but this is their coconut water cleansing foam. And this is a pH balanced foam style cleanser, so pump to foam, liquid inside, that features 75% coconut water. You also have very classic, gentle coconut-based surfactants in here, and that's really about it. You have some preservatives and some other basic hydrators, but the ingredients list, I think, is less than 10 or 12 ingredients for this entire product. And it's just a really simple, basic, classic cleansing foam that's pH balanced and very gentle. I loved how this product had a little initial burst of like a tart kind of coconut water scent to it, but it dissipates almost immediately. It's a really nice, rich lather that gently cleanses the skin, but does an excellent job of removing any excess purities that the coconut pads might have left behind, just clearing away any of the milkiness, all of that stuff, and just doing that nice, classic K-Beauty double cleanse. So nothing in regards to dryness, no stripping. In fact, my skin was left feeling a little bit more hydrated and a little bit like I had just used maybe a really lightweight toner or lightweight serum afterwards, because that coconut water imparts a lot of hydration without stripping. So it almost does the opposite of what you think a cleanser might do, potentially, is kind of dry the skin, over cleanse. This just does that, keeps a nice balance and maintains a nice hydration level. Once again, this is a product that I think those with sensitive skin that typically don't do well with harsher cleansers, don't do well with essential oils, those types of things, would be really happy with this, because it's kind of a one size fits all in that it just goes right in the like sweet spot of effective cleansing while still being very gentle. No potential irritants. Of course, everything is a potential irritant. If you don't get along with coconut oil or coconut water, then obviously that's a red flag, but nothing that really stands out as potentially being an issue. So really loved this cleanser. It's once again kind of one of the top cleansers that I've used so far this year, especially when I was transitioning, or I'm still using tretinoin or using Curology. You just have to be really careful with ingredients, make sure that your formulations are gentle, they're not going to be too stripping, because that tretinoin in and of itself is fairly irritating, can cause a lot of dryness, so you don't want a cleanser that's overly drying. And this just really hit the nail on the head for what I needed at that time. I could see potentially those with incredibly oily skin that really want more of an intense cleanse, maybe something that's really going to get rid of a lot of excess sebum and oil, and they look for like that powerhouse cleanser. This might not quite be enough to get all of that removed, but I still think it's worth the shot, because it could do that for you, and it gives you that bonus of being very gentle. So yeah, one to be on the lookout for. Those with dry skin or sensitive skin, though, this could be a really nice option. And then, last but not least, this is the Solve Skincare Coconut Water, Hibiscus, and Rose Hip Toner. So this is a hydration focused toner that once again includes 75% coconut water. You also have hibiscus extract, rosehip extract in here too, and then you can actually see the physical bits of hibiscus petals in the formula itself or in the bottle itself, which I think is just so cool. This product, once again, I think we're looking at about 10 to 12 ingredients, very, very simple. The extracts, the coconut water, Centella asiatica makes its way in here as well. Allantoin makes its way. Then you have some preservatives and some hydrators as well. So this is a super watery toner. In the bottle and on the hand, it's very fluid and watery. It has this slightly sweet honey / tea kind of scent. It smells like a hibiscus tea or a rosehip tea with a little bit of sweetness. Even though there is no honey or propolis in here, you still get that kind of sweetness, and that might just be from the extraction process or how it's how they retain those extracts. So it's just a very lightweight formula. I can show you really quickly. So watery, kind of drippy. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, super watery, lightweight. Reminds me of a basic hydrating toner. Smells incredible. But what I love about this particular toner is even though the ingredients list is fairly basic, fairly stripped down, there's no sodium hyaluronate in here. There's no polyglumatic acid or those like kind of sticky hydrators. It's just the coconut water, the extracts, and that Centella asiatica extract. It is very deeply hydrating. It feels a lot like toners that I've used that have multiple forms of sodium hyaluronate to give hydration at different levels. It feels similar to those. It has some weight to it as you apply it, and as you layer it, you can feel it as well. And once again, it feels like you're applying a light serum or even a super light moisturizer because it just imparts a lot of hydration and some light nourishment, even without those ingredients that typically speak to that. So I found that my skin just stayed hydrated a little bit longer throughout the day. I wasn't necessarily relying on facial mists or things like that to kind of keep my skin quenched throughout the day, which is a big feat, especially in the dry climate that I live in here in Colorado. It's really hard to keep that hydration going. And so having a toner that I only need to do a couple layers of, and it just really seems to hold that hydration to the skin after I put on a moisturizer with some sort of emollient like shea butter or jojoba oil. It was just a really nice, deeply hydrating toner without feeling heavy or sticky or tacky. It just absorbs right in, leaves you with like a nice dewy kind of glow. So I was very impressed by this toner as well. I moved on to try another toner, but I'm saving this. I'm holding on to this just in case something else I use in the coming months ends up not being quite enough or a little bit drying. I have this to fall back on, and I have the cleansing pads to fall back on, just in case any cleansing balms or oils I use in the coming months don't work out for me. I can kind of hit the reset button with these. So the whole brand overall was incredibly impressive. I didn't expect such noticeable benefits, or I didn't necessarily expect the efficacy to be super high, considering how slimmed down and trimmed down these formulations are in comparison to some other products I have been using. They take kind of the best of what they put in there and really amplify that, and it's kind of magic what what Solve Skincare is able to do with so little. It's very interesting. And so I have my eye on this brand. I absolutely will be picking up any upcoming releases, but as a whole, as Solved Skincare for a brand review, I think this brand is probably the most impressive that I've used this year, and even kind of the later part of last year. I'd say just in the past 8-9 months, Solved Skincare has really stood out as like, wow, they've done something really special here with these simple formulations. And I feel like it's a brand that can really appeal to the majority of skincare consumers. So it's not just an anti-aging brand or just a brand for dry skin or oily skin. These really fall right in the middle, and I think could appeal to a lot of people. So I just wanted to do a general brand review about Solve Skincare because I've kind of done it piecemeal through some other videos, but here's their three items that they have available on Soko Glam right now. There is a serum from them or a facial oil that they have. I just don't think that you can obtain it yet in the US. I'll have to put any adjustments in the description if that's not the case. But I am anxiously awaiting Soko Glam to carry that product because it looks very interesting and kind of falls in the same ethos as the rest of the brand. So be on the lookout for that if I can get my hands on it. Otherwise, let me know if you've used this brand or if you have a particular product in the lineup that you really, really like, or if you have alternatives to any of these that you would like me to try or recommend in place of any of these. I'd love to hear some comparing and contrasting, of course. So any other comments, questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and as always, stay glowing. Bye.